and welcome to Weekly Analysis Indian Courts at LawBeat. I'm Sanya. So what made headlines in the Supreme Court of India this week? Let's have a look. The Supreme Court has rejected an interim application seeking stay on selling of new electoral bonds ahead of Legislative Assembly elections in the state of West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Assam and Puducherry. Court noted that interim safeguards had already been provided for by the court in light of an earlier order. Court stated that the scheme requires auditing for encashment of bonds, and as they are generated through banking channels, there is no reason to say that they remain anonymous. This application for stay had been filed by an organization named Association for Democratic Reforms, and the case was argued by Advocate Prashant Bhushan. The Supreme Court has allowed Uttar Pradesh government's plea seeking transfer of BSP MLA Mukhtar Ansari from Ropar jail in Punjab to Uttar Pradesh's Ghazipur jail. In the writ petition, the state of UP had said that Ansari was wanted for trial on various grave offences in UP and that Punjab was shielding him in Ropar jail on fake medical grounds. Several cases are pending against Ansari before the special judge, MP MLA's court at Allahabad for Ansari's involvement in various cases of attempt to murder, cheating, conspiracy, etc., apart from offences under the Gangsters Act. It is pertinent to also note here that the Punjab government had heavily objected against the transfer of the gangster to Uttar Pradesh, and the UP government had specifically averred before Supreme Court that the Punjab government seemed to be shielding a terrorist. The Supreme Court has set aside the reinstatement of Cyrus Mistry as the chairperson of Tata Sons Limited. Court answered all questions in favour of Tata Group. All questions of law are liable to be answered in favour of Tata Group and are liable to be allowed, and those by SP are liable to be dismissed, the court said. Tata Sons and Cyrus Mistry had challenged a December 18, 2019 order of the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal, which was stayed by the top court on January 10, 2020. The Supreme Court on Wednesday refused to entertain an Article 32 petition filed by ex-Commissioner of Mumbai Police, Parambir Singh, seeking CBI probe into his allegations against Maharashtra's Home Minister Anil Deshmukh indulging in an extortion racket. Singh had also challenged his transfer to Home Guards. Bench orally observed that parties in the present case were hunky-dory for a very long time and that many issues have come to the fore, for which it is appropriate that the High Court is moved under Article 226. It is no doubt that the matter is quite serious in affecting the administration at large, and whatever material has come in the public domain is the consequence of personas falling apart. Liberty granted to approach the High Court, observed the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court released a statement dismissing a complaint by Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, against Justice N.V. Ramana. The Supreme Court released the official statement and said that the same had been dealt with under the in-house procedure and upon consideration stood dismissed. Top Court also thrusted upon the confidential nature of the procedure and added that it shall be liable for being accounted for in the public domain. Now let's have a look at some important Apex Court judgments for the week. Top Court had held that per se omission to mention complete details of the assailants does not falsify a prosecution story. Court noted that quite often, depending on how and what people see and perceive about an incident, when they narrate it subsequently, the rendition might not be accurate in describing the sequence or even the facts completely. Much would depend on the relative distances and the angles where those individuals might have been placed or located relative to the incident or event. Therefore, the inclusion or omission of more than two accused cannot be a matter of grave suspicion. This case was against 3 accused persons who were alleged to have committed a murderous attack on the deceased, and they approached the top court in appeal. The High Court had acquitted one of the accused persons only on account of inconsistencies of statements by witnesses. Top Court, however, reversed the acquittal and stated that the same were inconsequential when the overall weight of the witnesses stated otherwise. Top Court, in its judgment, has ruled that the evaluation criteria set by the Army constituted systematic discrimination against the female officers, causing psychological harm and posed as an affront to their dignity. In doing so, the court has allowed permanent commissions for female officers. All women officers who have fulfilled the cutoff grade of 60% in the special number 5 selection board held in September 2020 shall be entitled to the grant of permanent commission subject to medical criteria and disciplinary vigilance clearance, the court said. Supreme Court has recently observed that the insured is not entitled to compensation if, based on facts, it is proof that he was intoxicated and the injury was due to intoxication. The court has declined to interfere with an impugned order passed by the National Commission. Only if the insured sustains any bodily injury resulting solely and directly from an accident caused by outward, violent, and visible means, the insurance company would be liable to indemnify the insured. Therefore, as per the insurance policy, only accidental death of the insured shall be indemnified, the court noted. High courts and other courts now. No coercive action of arrest is permitted without giving prior notice. Bombay High Court rules in favor of Arnab Goswami. Bombay High Court ruled that the Mumbai police should give 3 days prior notice if they want to arrest the journalist in the TRP case. The High Court also made clear that unless such procedure is followed by the IO, no coercive action of arrest should be taken against the petitioner. The Bombay High Court granted bail to businessman Deepak Kochar, husband of former ICICI Bank CEO Chanda Kochar, an alleged multi-crore money laundering case being investigated by the Enforcement Directorate in the said case. He was arrested last year in September by the Central Probe Agency in the case involving ICICI Bank and Videocon Group under Prevention of Money Laundering Act. A special court on Monday rejected the bail application of alleged CPI Maoist member Stan Swamy, arrested by the National Investigation Agency in the Elgar Parashad case. Court stated that there is sufficient material available against Stan Swamy and that there were reasonable grounds for believing that the accusation of commission of the offences punishable under the UAPA are prima facie true. Considering the express bar imposed by Section 43D5 of the UAPA, the applicant cannot be released on bail, the court said. That's all for this week, guys. I hope you found this information helpful. Don't forget to hit the like and share button if you did. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for similar videos. Bye.